Tracy here at the Guardian Oracle. Welcome into this sacred space. For those of you that don't know me, this is a channel or are new to the channel. You're so welcome here. We talk about conscious evolution, self-awareness, healing past traumas, synchronicities within the universe, advancements of the soul, working with benevolent beings through the other side of the veil. We talk about expansion of the mind, body, and the soul. This is a safe place where we come together and we spend time with one another. I am a psychic medium. I am a star being. I channel messages. I get messages from literally every place. I have all of the clairs. I am excited to be here. It has been a hot last few days. I have been working. I'm a general contractor, so I have been rebuilding some trusses and roof and painting and doing a whole bunch of stuff for my wonderful neighbor who is also one of my soul sisters. So thank you guys for joining me. This is some new cedar sage, so I'm giving it a try. It takes a minute to get it going. I'll wait for a few more people to hop in. We were supposed to be on at 8:19, but I ate a little bit of chow and I started bobbing my head because I am absolutely... my body's tired. My spirit's like I could go forever. So, anyways, I do this thing where sometimes I will meditate on the energy and write down channeled messages that come through from spirit to me. And these messages that I write down, it could be something that you have already experienced, something that you will be experiencing. It could be, it's names and words that come to my mind from my spirit guides. So they are channeled messages. If they resonate with you, it's just that much more synchronicity, and perhaps you will remember them or something will stick out when you hear it again in a serendipitous moment. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Let's get this started. We'll see if I can get this stuff to get going. I've had it out in the shop drying for a while, but maybe I just didn't let it dry enough. I gotta order some more sage. I got a whole buttload of Palo Santos. They always say stick with what you know, but that could be a message for somebody, sticking with what you know. To be true for you, or to resonate, something that resonates with your soul and the expression that your own essence of that Christ part that you are is. I feel like there's been a play on words with significant people or interactions that you've been having. Pay attention to the words and the vibration. Use your spiritual discernment to sift through, with your discernment, the vibration of what is being spoken to you. Energy never lies. And there is a lot of people right now that are experiencing some very supernatural, paranormal things. It's paranormal to us in the physical because they've put us in such a box to where we have a hard time believing anything until we get further on our own path and we see stuff that is absolutely undeniable. We have this claircognizance, this clairsentience, did I say audience? Hearing the messages, seeing the light beings, seeing these shadow aspects, seeing the light beings that wanted to light up. So that could be very significant for somebody. Having these, we were talking about these experiences, and there is a lot of denial right now from the higher ups, governmental. That also works with the extraterrestrial beings, and they only put out a small snippet of what they think we can handle. We are ascending at a very fast rate. The energy that is hitting this planet and within our solar system is the more stress and the more chaos there is. That's what's so benevolent about human beings, is we have this ability to transcend through so much stress and heartache and all of these things, interactions that we have with people that seem hard or difficult. A lot of people are in denial, and a lot of people are in denial of those that have the gifts and for those that are doing something different. It's about once a week where I get told, you know, I'm worshiping the devil. Fear is something, we this consciousness that we dwell in is all of God's source energy. There is light consciousness that is at a higher vibrational frequency, and there is dark consciousness, which is a lower vibrational frequency, a more unaware consciousness, and we can tap that into or categorize that as egoic consciousness, more of the physical realm, instead of tapping into the truest essence of what and who we are. Boy, that sun is just coming through those trees. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to play with fire a little bit more here, and then I'm going to open the read with some protection. For those of you that know how to protect your energy, awesome. For those of you that this is just a little ritual that I do. A ritual is a habit or a sequence of things that you set yourself up for. It's for me, my body knows and spirit knows when I burn this stick, when I sit at this table, when I light that candle, it's time to rock and roll. I tap into my guides. More or less, it's for my physical linear part of my brain that sometimes struggles with the max overload of energy. So, rituals are a good thing. A lot of you could be speaking up a lot more about things that have been bugging you or things that you're experiencing. Don't stop doing that. Continue to rise, continue to speak, continue to experience, and continue to submerge yourself within the Holy Spirit and the essence of your true divinity. Call back your birthright. It is your birthright. Talk to the universe. Be in a constant state of manifestation through visualizations and a positive mindset and attitude, forward thinking. We don't need to think about yesterday. We are moving forward. Ground these energies and this enlightenment that you have so that you can share it with others. A lot of people don't like what you have to say until pretty soon you've got 450 people following your channel or your friends group starting to wake up. If it don't hit them right now, you are planting a seed. It always makes me think of Mrs. Doubtfire when she freaks out and she's like, Toodaloo! And oh, I guess that's not that. It's Dennis the Menace when he's got that. Yeah, you know Dennis the Menace. Some of you could be in that tyrant energy and really stepping out on your path and having no shame in your game is what I'm hearing. All right, Holy Spirit, holy angels, benevolent beings, divine masters, keepers of ancient wisdom, I call on you now. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I am listening, and so it is. Divine master within, the voice of my inner teacher, I call on you now. Awaken and activate. I am willing to remember you, and so it is. These are mantras you guys can also use. Archangel Michael, I call on you to guard the gates. As I channel these messages, I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons formed against myself or my listeners shall prosper, and nothing, no one, and no one thing has permission to enter my sacred space unless it is in direct alignment with my soul, so mote it be. Alright, I'm going to do a sacred prayer, call in my angels and my spirit guides. Azra kedro to yosho papa yekerete aterete kereke kiriatreki oto yosho. So mote it be. Alright, let's rock and roll. Some of you could be listening to a lot more music and listening to frequencies throughout the music or getting high frequency or very frequent messages through music. Any songs that could be a new superpower of yours. Of course, you've already had it, but something that you are waking up to and realizing that you are constantly in a state of communication with benevolent beings. No more sitting on the bench. It's time to move forward. So, pick up your bag and keep walking. For those of you that are in a state of fear or not sure or worried what people will think, don't worry, you will get there. For those of you that are sharing these experiences with others. Use your discernment what to share and what not to. If you feel like it needs to come out, say it. There's a reason for it. So never underestimate what's coming out of your mouth. You're being led by your oversoul, the Holy Spirit, the Christ consciousness, and you just tapping into some very intuitive frequencies. All right. Athena. Okay, channeled messages. Keep your sights set on the stars. And I took that literally and metaphorically. Mostly metaphorically for somebody out there. You're having these interactions with these extraterrestrial star beings. You are being led and consciously led. More than anything, it is a thought process and direct divine thoughts that are led directly to your third eye, which is just like flowing out of your mouth. There is no stop or end to it. It's a constant. I have a fly sitting on the letter A. That is the first letter of the alphabet. A-Z. What's going on the moon? Catalytic frequency. Oh my gosh. When you can't read. A series. This next chain of events. Court-martialed. Birthright. Escaping the illusion. Dreams that are too real. Remembrance of energy. Nothing is random. Someone is looking for you. And I feel like this is out of a different realm. Receiving direct guidance. The time is now. Right now it is 7:04. That is an 11. That is a yes number. Do you believe in miracles? Marco Polo, which would also be considered somebody looking for you, right? Seeking. Josephine, the name Josephine, and for numbers, 1233, 1234, 644, 744, 747, 55, 848, 323, and 676. A lot of numbers today. Okay. Sorry guys, my scheduled read, I thought when I go live it would put me on that scheduled read I scheduled with the title on it. It did not. So, I'll fix that when we get done here. Anyways, how are you guys? How was your work day? Thank you for all of the emails and the requests for the personal reads. I have 2 of you that I will be getting to. Let's see who's in. You know, it used to just be all the comments and I never had to scroll up or down. Well, here we are. I'm scrolling up and down. What's up, Wade? Wade, I send you a big, huge, energetic hug. I know you're going through the most with the naysayers. I really felt like when I was channeling those messages, this is for you. Hi, Tay-Tay. Love you. Who else do we got in here? Hot Rod. What's up, beautiful lady? I'm not a fan. Thinking of moving to Costa Rica when things settle down and truth gets exposed worldwide. Well, 2027, I have a feeling, is going to be a very big year for that. I have a fly hanging out on the letter O. Hey, Laura. Laura. My kids call my neighbor Laura. Laura. Go to Laura's house. All right, got the family in here. That's what's up. All right, Holy Spirit, guide me. I'm going for a deck I normally don't go for, so we're getting in here. This is my shamanic deck. Some of you can be seeing 1111, 111, and 444. The other day I was backing up a pickup and it kept stalling out. It's a clutch, and I'm like, dude, I haven't popped the clutch or had it die since, frick, I was like 16 years old. And then I was like, okay, what the hell's going on? You know, I was hitting this little bump in the yard, and I was like, okay, that's so weird because I know how to drive a stick. That was what I learned how to drive on. Finally, as I went to start it again and it died, it happened 3 times. I looked down, and the odometer on there was 444, the last 3 digits. And it's so funny because my neighbor was out there, and I told Laura, I said, Laura, look at this. And you know, you got to get those eyewitnesses. Somebody could be witnessing something, or somebody else who's not a believer could be witnessing something that is going on around you. Maybe you're speaking about these events. Don't worry. The universe is going to have these things start to unfold themselves for others to see. A lot of you are really working with star beings and advanced civilizations. They can take form of a fly. They can take form of any human physical vessel. They are so advanced in technology. All they have to do is download their consciousness into that person. Is that a possibility? Absolutely. I am learning a lot more and receiving so many messages myself through my dream state. I'll fall asleep listening to... These are people that, I want to say they work BIA. They work with, they've been on Area 51. They are actually intermediaries is what I'm hearing right now. They are actually communicates with the Greys and other hybrids, human beings that have genetics that have been, it's called the cosmic disclosure. So if anybody's interested in getting on Gaia and watching that, it's $14 a month, or it's $14 a month, or you got a 7-day free trial. So set an alarm to get off of there the day before if you don't like it, but I highly encourage you to check out the full disclosure. Hey Morgan, hey beautiful girl. So glad you could make it. Sorry that we came on a little bit earlier. I was getting tired. The Tree of Life, Conception. And I was just talking about, I watched a whole thing on your genetics that have a big play right now. The spiritual meaning of an acorn could be very significant. You could see these seeds that you've planted growing immensely, growing things in others and even within your own self. This picture is an acorn in the stars that's growing a leaf out of it. What did I channel? Keep your sights set on the stars, physically and metaphorically. There is ancient wisdom that is coming through. My guides are being very picky. The East, an emergence of the East energy. Today, I've noticed that for me, the East Coast is so advanced in the United States, right? Because there's bigger cities and stuff over there, in my opinion. But with certain things, because of all the chaos and because of all of the distractions, they miss the subtlety in a lot of messages. It's almost so... I feel like would be so hard to advance spiritually over there because of, 1, being imbued in everybody else's energy. 2, walking the street. I mean, you really don't have a chance. Like out here on the West Coast, I live in Idaho, or the smaller towns, Arizona, any of the... I'm not even going to say a smaller state, but it's a lot more. Those of you live in the boonies, you guys... It's easier to hear a bird, right? The frequency of the birds. What are birds anyways, right? Oh my gosh. Birds flew out right then. And I was thinking about that today. Maybe the birds are saying something and we just can't understand the frequency of them yet. And I know for some of you naysayers that are going to watch this later are going to be like, yeah, you're crazy. And I am crazy. I was looking at this picture of the birds right behind the sunset. For me, that is indicative of receiving the rays of light and the frequency of messages through bird songs. And then the birds flew out right after that. Birds could be very all around you. And I say that as they go in the circle. And I had a hawk fly right over my truck today. Some of you could be embodying the attributes of the hawk spirit. I've got a white owl, a dove, a crow, a raven, an eagle. Did I say barn owl? Yes. Birds, freedom. This conception of this life that you're creating, finding freedom within we've been talking about this emergence of energy, this huge wave and shift that is coming over, bottom of the deck, journey and imagination, right? All you got to do to get into that state of mind that's allowing you to receive and have all of these downloaded messages as a bird flies right up there on the tree. Caw, caw. What time is it? 7:13. The energy's moving fast. You're going to start picking up on things a lot faster than most people do or will, because what you're putting in your mind daily and you're constantly thinking about spirit, you're going to receive that. You're in a constant state of manifestation when you're thinking about these signs and synchronicities, this advancement of your soul. What am I here to do? You're trying new things. You're releasing old things, people, places, things. Your mind is expanding. You're holding space and I even feel like some of you have benevolent help to set off the physical attributes that you need to be able to hold more light and light codes. This could be happening in a dream state. Let it rain, allowing what is, inevitability, and trusting that everything you're going through at this point is just advancing you that much further. If you're not speaking about it, that's what we're here to do. People aren't... So you lose somebody and they're like, I don't know, you just got weird, then be weird. Because here in about 3 years, when everybody who is... Bless you. My cat sneezed. When everybody is starting to realize, they start waking up to the hidden things all around us. Yes, extraterrestrials are real. Yes, they are benevolent beings that are not interfering, but energetically we receive messages from and through. My right ear is ringing at a very high pitch right now. Being outdoors, Gaia, embodying that feminine energy, that creative energy. Holy Spirit, what else do we have for the collective? Allow me to channel the messages, and may they only be true, high-frequency messages. Call in the benevolent beings. The water carrier, what really matters. Reflect and reprioritize. Your hands could be very important on this path of spiritual awakening for you. Somebody could have their hands itching a lot, and it could be in the same spot over and over. I'm being told to tell you, when your hand is itching, look at the print on your hand of where, is it on lines, is it on circles? There's going back to the ley lines, the hands, palmistry. I've noticed my hand has been itching over here on this far right side of my palm, and in there is a million tiny little circles, and for no reason. Well, it's always for a reason, right? Finding out what really matters, reflecting and prioritizing. Maybe things that you used to put first no longer are. You're starting to recognize the beauty within your own sanctuary and your loneliness, right? You gotta have to remember, you've been on this path for quite some time, and even for those that you are starting, you're at a deep depth that most linear brains can't comprehend. So probably talking to your family about these things, or your siblings, your husband, it does scare people, and they do get worried, and the first thing they think is, oh my gosh, they're on drugs, or they've changed, and pretty soon they'll see your benevolence in all the situations and your ability to adapt and overcome and to work through, even helping them with their own attributes and traumas and things that they can work through. And it's just going to be by planting seeds. Saying little things here and there, leaving subtle clues and hints, recognizing when somebody sneezes, what time it is, things that are coming out of people's mouth. You're really tapping into everything and anything, and that's the thing, and it's not even that you're trying, it's just coming through. It's like you're in a constant state of spirit all day, and it's just a flood of information that's constantly coming through. A lot of that's blowing your pineal gland that's calcified wide open. Every bit of energy that you're receiving is a frequency. It's activating other things within your being. Let it go. Release the past. Forgive, soften, and move forward. Sometimes, guys, this is a lot deeper universe than what we're made to believe, and there is a system behind all of it. People that we think are running this country really are not running anything. They're just pawns in the game. And that's all I'm going to say about that, unless I'm told to say any more. Know that you're being guided. Number 000 could be something you see on somebody's jersey, or a number that you notice at the end of videos. Zeros could be just standing out for you. All right. Guide me, Holy Spirit. All right. What really matters right now, guys? What's really mattering to you on this soul journey, this awakening, receiving these messages, and this body, which is your tree of life, and every vessel and bit of your being that you're experiencing these things, these messages. What matters most? The opinion of somebody else or your truth? You did not come this far to sit back and have other people, and to second guess yourself. That's fine, because we always got to recheck and go in. Don't be ignorant, and that's a lot of people are. I mean, look back in the Bible. These people were experiencing, they called ET ship chariots, you know what I mean, that went off into the sky. It would take me one time to see somebody part the Red Sea, and that would be good enough for me. People nowadays could see that and Moses come back with his stick and redo it, and there's always going to be, nope, that's not Moses. That's fake. It's photoshopped. I mean, you can see with your own eyes, and they'll question that within their own being. There's a lot of questioning going on. Somebody could be getting questioned. I'm telling you, I really feel like you are going to have this meeting with a very advanced soul. You could see the essence of this soul or these extraterrestrial beings. You could have literally a direct conversation, not with the mouth, but it will be mind to mind. You will be in the frequency to be able to telecommunicate. Some of you are astral traveling and actually timeline traveling. And these advanced souls that have been here billions of years, okay, we're like 200,000, if not more, years behind the Pleiadians who seeded us here. And when I say seed, I'm talking about genetically, right? We have bits of that. And there's other star systems as well. We are the new kids on the block. We are learning and growing. A lot of people are so ignorant to even experiencing, and those are the ones, if you have people like that in your life that are just, don't make them think shit. Let them be on their own path. Let them be naive. Let them, yes, Jesus is real. Here's the deal. More people, this is the thing. People will deny extraterrestrials and these advanced benevolent souls with all this technology, could see the ships themselves, and there's more reports of seeing ships and all these things in the sky and having these experiences within their bedroom and these communications, this telepathy. There is more of that, and people will call you crazy for that. And I'm going to have some churchgoers get on my ass, and I love Jesus Christ. He is a real ascended master. He was a real man. The things that are written in the Bible, really, what they said he did, he did. Absolutely he did. But people will deny what's right in front of them, right? These encounters. But people will hang on, not once ever seen Jesus Christ. There's a few near-death experiencers, but not one in this day and age has seen Jesus Christ, but they will cling to that. Why? Believe in the Lord your God or you'll go to hell, right? Fear. Out of fear. I'm just saying, there's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people who keep the blinders on. Realize what we are, guys. We are benevolent souls. We have this very advanced DNA within us. It's unlocking it. It's being in and around frequencies that does that for us, right? All we have to do is be in the auric field of a very super advanced soul, and they could be unlocking, healing, transmuting things all within and around us. Some of you are having communications with these advanced systems and colonies that are about. You might be questioning it. You might not know exactly where it's coming from or how you're getting the information that you do have, but it is coming, and that is blatant and obvious. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. You cannot deny working with the higher realms. There's no need to worry. What people say, they don't even remember what they say half of the time. Here today, gone tomorrow. Right? And a lot of people just talk out of their butt because they want to have something to say, because they're not doing anything on this part of their advancement. Holy Spirit, what parts of our soul are we working with at this point? In the astral realm, timeline, time leaping, traveling. Energetically, what are we working on within our benevolence? Soul writing these contracts, abiding by the contracts that we have written, the Merkaba and sacred geometry. Some of you could be thinking about Egypt and the wanting to go to Egypt. A lot. You could be thinking about the elements as well, what each element does and how to work with it. I think there's only 123 minerals and stuff on the periodic table. I could be wrong. I think it's like 123. You know how much more? I was listening about this crystal that they found. I cannot think of the name of it right now. And people will deny that we're still finding stuff that we don't know what it is, and they will deny it. It seems to me just like this thing with Trump. Maybe he really did get shot. I don't know. I think it's just very odd, and I don't care about politics. I could give two fucking shits. 90% of the time when something like that's going on, to get people on their phones, to fight with each other, to nitpick, name call, it happened for a reason. Who cares if he was going to get assassinated? It's his sole plan. Whatever's meant to happen is going to happen. I just think that the fact that they're creating this huge facade over something that'll play out for another 3 weeks and create more craziness, right? Nope, that keeps nobody looking at themselves. Everybody's worried about how this country's run. If everybody would start worrying about themselves and their family and stop being greedy and rude and insecure and gluttony and materialism, you wouldn't have to worry about who the hell the president is. If you could self-manage yourself, you wouldn't have an issue. This system that we're living in is so fucking written out to a T. They're creating a mass distraction right now. So while that's happening, what else is going on, right? It is for a reason. Who cares if they didn't see the guy on the shed? It's just so odd, right? I'm sure a lot of people care. The point is, and the reason that that's happening, they know it's 2024. They would draw the schematics and see where, who, what, why, when, and where. Who was what, and why did we not have... we had 2 minutes in, we had somebody saying, hey, there's a guy on the roof, there's a guy on the roof. You're telling me we're popping Trump up as shots are still going off? Does that make sense after JFK and all of the other shit that... Martin Luther King, you would think by now we would have a better protocol. Really look within that, guys. Really look within what's truly going on. The inward revolution. The revolution of the soul. Rewriting this outside timeline story. We are on a straightforward timeline. You can veer off and web off of this timeline. It's recognizing the power that you have. Do you know that you have enough energy within you to light an entire city? How do you harness that? How do you draw your power back? How do you know your birthright? Well, the society that we're living in says that that's not even a truth. Physics say that that's not truth. Biology says that that's absolutely ridiculous. What does spirit say? So what I'm basically getting at is that there are going to be a lot of things that you're experiencing that are very advanced. Sink into it. If you find something that scares you, you're hearing voices, you're experiencing shadow beings, or your dreams are very vivid, you're traveling, you're having these out-of-body experiences. Don't be... Fear is the only fear itself. Call on your angels, call on your guides. Talk to your love team. Talk to your spirit guides. Hey, I need answers. Give it to me. It's something that I can write out. Is this safe? Whatever. And our brain's going to have to go through that. If you're being led somewhere, and it is, I mean, obviously using your discernment. Energy doesn't lie. If you're onto something, stay onto what you're onto. You're being led and drawn to something. If you're having repetitive thoughts, feelings, daydreams, your intuitions, gut feelings, follow it. Jot it down. Write it down. Maybe you'll write it down. So when later you come back to your chair and you come home from work and you see the sticky note sitting there, you can see what you wrote, and you probably already have that thought right before you get there. You're always being led and guided to the messages that you need most. Hi, Angie. What's up, girl? Hi, Tina. Hi, 10K. 10K says yes. All about feeding the fear and keeping the people distracted from our own inner power. Absolutely. And that's something I think about constantly. You know, you have to remember, in other civilizations, and I'm talking about not on this planet, we are the only ones that live encapsulated in this time. Where they are, they can time travel to past, present, future. The other day I channeled the messages, going to the past to save the future. We are waiting for consciousness, right? For this God source energy that we are to experience and recognize itself through us. We are in a past timeline coming back to rewrite this energy. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just telling you what I am channeling. And my right ear is ringing. Everything is going to come full circle. Everything. Your wildest thoughts and intuitive inklings are probably some of the truest shit that you can't find in books, you can't find on TV. It's real, and you're getting it for a reason. What do you do with it? Just hang on to it. You'll know when it's time. Laura says, trusting my intuition and the voices trying to come through. I'd say things are moving for me. And even, Laura, you're right. We have these talks all the time. Every time I get with you, you're experiencing new stuff. Some of you are going to be blown wide open channelers. Some of you are going to help others learn what that is. All of us can channel. All of us have abilities to self-heal and heal others, to lay hands on and heal the physical being. We are advanced souls. Belief, you don't realize how much the vibration of thought and words has. That's how the universe responds to us. It's not so much what you're saying, it's the vibration of which they're coming out. We are to be manifesting benevolence for our earth. You don't know how many races are absolutely, we might be further behind, would love the magnificence of having a physical body that can continuously come with a soul and leave and go and leave and go and seed more and grow more. And do you know, the Pleiadians have 3 planets. We are not meant to die. We're not. And a lot of people are going to say, well, what about overpopulation? A lot of people talk about the new earth, this and that. We're not meant, we're supposed to be traveling. We're supposed to be experiencing other planets. Universes are being birthed on the daily. You guys, it's so much bigger than what we think. We're not just trapped in this body, sitting in this, it's so much more. And I encourage you, if you're getting these messages and you're experiencing, or you can correlate with anything that I'm saying, you're going to get exactly what's coming to you through those thoughts. You're going to know the answers. You're going to know what to do with what you're getting. Write it down. Anything that you feel urged to do, do it. Start following that calling, because that's what you're here to do. That you could time leap through your fucking bathroom and hit a portal. You do not know what you can create, what you can open up energetically. You, at this point, you're not even sure of exactly this magnificence. Look at her standing in the middle of the tiers that you can go within your soul and the places that you can go. There are people that have time traveled all the way across the United States and back within like 30 freaking seconds, had been in another place, seen their family, and was back in their living room in a set of pajamas. It's happened. It's happening. These things are happening. The government knows about these things. There are councils and higher benevolent beings that are working with us through this transitional period, and that's just important to know. That is important to know, that you're not alone. Man, this is like this is a movie. This is literally. Could you imagine breaking out of your day-to-day life and recognizing that you can literally travel to anywhere in the world? That's your energetic. That you can do that. That you can communicate through the mind. That you can manipulate the currency of paying your bills. You will be bound to nothing. Nothing that's material. Full escapism, and I'm telling you, you have the ability to go into banks, to go into freaking change paperwork, literally. Mind control. There's so many things that we have the ability to do. Obviously, doing it in benevolent. I don't want to use that or do that for. We always want to be doing the right thing, right? Morally right. Sometimes you have to kick ass and take names. Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. And I'm not talking about degrading people, but sometimes these are characters that are meant to hold you back. The ones that you are thinking about right now, and those people, and you know who I'm talking about. They are meant to slow you, stall you, keep you in your mind, keep you trapped in that state so that you're not manifesting in a positive, forward-moving aspect of yourself. You do realize that. Do we have somebody new in here? Oh, the coffee collaboration. I love you guys. I just got the same crew, and you guys are so my favorite. I love that you guys listen. I know some people watch and they don't comment, and that's okay. You don't have to. You can just come in and drop in and listen. Kind of got off on a whole thing there. I mean, that's really, and I labeled that message. What the hell did I call that other reading? Receiving telecommunications, energetically and through the mind, right? Very like nonstop, flash, 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 flash. You might be thinking things. You might hear yourself cough and realize. Notice your own body too, guys. If you're coughing or you're rubbing your nose, look at the time. Your nose. If you're like thinking something in your mind, you rub your nose. For me, that is an international sign of I know, my nose. What side of your body? Like, start listening, because sometimes it comes with the voice, but it's a frequency of consciousness that we're tapping into, and it's it's always flowing. It's when you get yourself there, and sometimes that stuff's just going to get poured right on you, and you're going to be so excited when you start experiencing these things. You're going to be so beside yourself, the fact that you're not crazy, you're not delusional, that you are experiencing these out of this world stuff. It's so exciting. All right, Holy Spirit, what else do we have for the collective? I am free. Today I find the veil of my ego has lifted, and the vision of my new life has happened and appearing. Now I am focused on my inner growth. I listen only to the voice of my heart and remain steadfast in the energy of love that I find there. I am now free of duality. Ooh, Spirit brought it right through, huh? Fear and judgment, and I move forward on my path to inner peace. Inner peace is knowing that you are the bee's knees, and where you come from, bees actually have knees, and you are them. It's like for some of you, like you're not being stopped, slowed, stalled by anybody. And if you haven't been, then you won't. If you have been, then you won't be. You're gonna be given a new way to look at things and perceive things, and it is for your protection. That some people don't know. Tell them you'll know the reaction of what's coming through for you by those. And if it doesn't feel in alignment, and somebody's not excited or exuberated, or maybe they just don't understand, and that's okay too. You guys are spiritually awake enough to discern between those energies. Live for love. Today I put love into everything I do. It is love that gives life to all things. I open my heart to this great power. And here we are talking about power, right? I act gently and speak with kindness. I fill each thought with love and light. I love God and all beings everywhere. I live for love and I love myself. And I was talking about the consciousness of the God source energy that we are. There's a higher vibrational frequency of consciousness and a lower vibrational frequency of consciousness. Obviously, you're going to receive a lot more when you are in the frequency of love, gratitude, kindness, right? Because how the hell are you going to start traveling around to a bunch of planets and time traveling? How can you be trusted to time travel or time leap if you're doing mischievous, low down, treating people like crap, going there and hurting other people? Like, you're not going to be able to have this space travel and do all of these things. Why do you think we have to heal the things within us first so that we can advance? It's there for you guys. Don't think for a minute within this time line, within this timeline, that you will not be able to recognize your freedom within that, especially as you're treating other people good and you're moving from a soul space within your heart, right? Because we have to be trusted to be able to do these bigger things, and a lot of the things that you're going through is a testament and a test of that revelation. Good night, Morgan. Love you, girl. 10K says, I am love, and that is absolutely right. Manifest that. Know that deep within your being, in your spirit. All right. Pulling decks that I haven't touched in a while, so that's awesome. Some of you might be doing things you haven't done in a while, or picked up something new, or going back to something you once loved, maybe where you felt a deeper connectivity to the spirit and the heavenly realms, the higher dimensions. I feel like somebody was an astrologer, or actually came here to, you could be getting into astrology. Going back to the stars, I'm hearing your names are written in the stars. Keep your eyes on the stars. Something to do with the stars, and as I say that, I look at the back of the King of Pentacles chair, and he's got a star on the back of that. Ow, Stitch, don't scratch my foot. Learning to let go. And I feel like a lot of that is the thoughts and misconceptions that other people have about you, or how you got to where you are. I don't care if you were the biggest drug addict, alcoholic, abusive person, and you've learned to heal that and love on others. Children, know that your children are protected. I see kids down here in the bottom of this card as well. Look at that tiger holding that kid in there. Children, know that your kid is protected. What kind of flower is that? So is that a tulip? I don't know what kind of flower that is. I think that's a tulip. Your children, and I feel like, I know this is going to sound a little out there, learning to let go. Some of you may actually time travel, right, and go to a different dimension, or whether it's in a dream, and have a whole different family, and it could feel so real to you. Or if you're having these out of body experiences, or can astral travel, you might be feeling you may have found other soul family, or a different version of yourself, right? Because our soul, this is just a split of our soul in this body. Our body would completely dissipate into a huge, bright, burning light. Stitch, why are you down there tickling my feet? If you try to encompass every bit. So there's parts of your soul on different dimensions living out. We're talking about timelines. For some of you that are advanced, and maybe this might be something that you come into and actually experience, your ability to go to different dimensions and to realize that you do have different families. I'm going to paddle your little butt. Get out. Get. Killing me, Smalls. I don't want you scratching my feet while I'm trying to do a read. Distractions. There's so many distractions that are going on for a lot of you. Trying to keep your mind busy, trying to keep you from doing what you love, or experiencing the things that you are. But they can only do so much, because some of those souls do have lower conscious deities on them. I'm not talking about evil and all that. I'm talking just about lower vibrational entities and deities that are energetically working through this person, these people that you may have these interactions with, or that might be family. Stitch, you little shit. But you're being heavily guided and protected. Know that your children are protected. Somebody might just need to know that. Feel like somebody may have traveled somewhere and had a hard time getting back and were worried about your children or this life or this family, or some of you are really going to have this inward revolution, 42 as I say that, of what's going on around you and inside of you, your capacity and your capabilities to, this is who you truly are. These are your powers and what you have. You already have it within you. It's already a part of your cellular makeup. You need to trust that. Accept that your inner voice will always guide you directly, because that inner voice is being directly guided. Know that you can do it. Remember your identity. That comes up right here, number 2. You can do it. Remember your identity. That's like letting that mask fall and realizing and recognizing what and who you truly are. On that energetic level, you have zero limits. There's absolutely nothing that can keep you stuck on this plane of existence. Nothing other than your thought processes and listening to others and what you can and can't do. I've had people that I've known that were my friends literally have a different, very advanced soul go within them and tell me that I need to stop opening portals. I didn't even realize that I was opening portals. I had absolutely no clue. And right before I started doing that and experiencing telepathy with others and being able to listen to thoughts, read thoughts, and I could turn it off and on if I wanted somebody to be able to have telepathy with me or not, or I could be all the way in a different town 35 miles away and be able to call that person and them call me on the phone and say, are you calling me telepathically? And I'm telling you, then I met with somebody else and he's like, you need to be very careful with opening the portals that you are. And I'm like, what the fuck do you know about portals? You have known nothing about portals, and you're not, I mean, more really religious. So I've watched friends and people that I know have other benevolent beings on them energetically to take over that part of their consciousness, right? That's all it is tapping into their downloading their consciousness into that form, especially, you know, if they're unawake and they really don't know and they can wipe memory. I'm just telling you, this is some things that some of you this might not be your read. If this seems a little far-fetched and out of this world for you, it might not be your read at this time. But for a majority of you that are watching are already starting to experience these things. I'm here to deliver the message that you are not crazy, and the things that you are experiencing are only going to get stronger as you learn to sit with them and meditate. You've got to meditate on these things that are happening to you. You have to find some time to sit away from everything. If you have to take 30 minutes, that'll be the most crucial 30 minutes of your life as you know it yet. Direct and completely guided throughout the entire, I'm hearing, session. Some of you really might have just experienced somebody that you know and giving you, like, you're like, I didn't even know you were spiritual, and then see them the next day and they might not remember the conversation, or like, oh yeah, and then, you know what I mean, and they won't have much to say, right, because that wasn't their consciousness coming through at that time. Oh, this is getting pretty deep. Go within, healing the separation. Some of you may some of you really could be struggling with the king and the queen, with this separation of yourself from your physical body, becoming fearful, or separating. This could be a family dynamic. One of the things that I'm picking up on, being married to somebody that maybe you've been married for a very long time, and you have children, and you are looking at a separation, just not having. Help me, Spirit. Not meeting on the same even ground. It's like every day it's always something, and you're trying to advance and grow and understand what you're going through, and they just see you as going away, and it's like everything is always a push and pull. Don't fear the transition that's going to happen through that. You have big things to do here. You're going to help a lot of other people, and this person that my right ear's going off, that you're going to be leaving or separating from for a while, and that's free choice on them. Remember, you signed a contract, you've got things to do. That'll be one of the people that you are going to end up helping in the long run anyhow. For the person asking when they'll meet their twin sister again, I feel like you might dream of this sibling. Something about death. I don't know if it's on the other side when both of you have transitioned, or if it is after a significant death of a person that will bring you both together in the same spot. Angela, if you're still listening. Number 55, the electric, creative expression. Beyond the illusion, changing your perception of a lot of things, going within. When you go within, you're going to change the way that you're looking at a lot of things within this old treasure chest up here, right? Some of you could be, when we're talking about changing your perception, some of you could have had a Kundalini awakening or really blown your third eye wide open. You could be actually becoming overstimulated at this point with any and everything. If that's happened to you or for you, or you feel like a flood of things, being told to tell you that it's important to get out, go touch a tree for a while with the intention of, because you've waited for a long time for your third eye to activate and to open. You're excited, but you've got to be able to hone that skill of certain limitations, because when that's open, you're going to notice the connectivity in everyone and everything. So to pick out the most important parts and to discern what that is for you, you're going to need to spend a little bit of time grounding that energy. And you can ask your guides for help for that. And I did light a red candle for grounding the energy that I would pull today. So that is a confirmation for somebody else. Spirit animal deck. Side note for somebody, what do you call those things? Near-death experiences, but what do you call those things you put on your chest and it brings you back? Somebody, I know, I'm not trying to put fear in anybody, but somebody could be experiencing this like electric shock. And it could create activation within the cellular system and blow certain strands of your DNA wide open, whatever that electric current it will be or has been, or maybe you have been shocked and that's something that that could be something that you're experiencing or have thought about. That's really crazy, because I am really seeing like somebody come out of their body, like a near-death experience, somebody that's had that. I don't know what that's called. This is going to sound, somebody could have flown a kite into a power line. And that could be confirmation for you, or knowing somebody that got shocked on the power line. Okay. I've noticed each time I've come out here to read, they get so different. They can be, it's just so much stuff packed in them, and it always comes back to being super guided, and it's, I don't know, these little things like the kite and electricity, I'm just like, that's so bizarre, but I mean, I have to say it because I know I'm being guided, and I have to trust my intuition because that's part of what I came here to do. That's my creative expression of who and what I am. Spirit animal for the collective energy, please. Going within, using your third eye chakra, recognizing the freedom that you already possess, the B, productivity. It is time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to prioritize your goals and to get a clear view of how to get where you want to go and what it will take you to get there. Maybe that's one of the things, because I'm hearing busy bee, things that keep you busy, these distractions or side tasks, or you don't have to go anywhere or be busy to find out what you need to find out. A lot of that's actually going to happen in the stillness of your own heart and your own home. And that could be the meaning of your home being your body. Some of you need to eat some more vegetables. Somebody could have been eating a lot of grapes. I'm seeing green grapes. There's a need for, they're talking about a certain acid that's in, a natural acid that's in the fruits. Somebody could have been talking about that, or that could just be confirmation, specifically oranges and tangerines. Some of you could be making your own essential oils with those types of things. That could be a confirmation for you. Kangaroo, cycle. A 9-month cycle is at play. Somebody could be pregnant. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit fully to it. You have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backwards. Moving backwards would be doing absolutely nothing with all of this wisdom and knowledge that you have been seeded with and are awakening to. She wanted to come out. The coyote, playfulness. This is a reminder not to take things too seriously and to bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. And that could be where this busyness is stemming from. Feeling this innate sense of urgency out of nowhere. And a lot of that you're picking up on is energy from your own self. Or not from your own self, energy that you're picking up on others. Because if your third eye is open, your auric field has grown so much more. You could be picking up on these frequencies throughout the universe that are coming and going through everything, everyone, and experiencing so much. And maybe you get so caught up in being task oriented that you're forgetting to go with the master that's within you. A kangaroo, a bee, or a coyote could also be a spirit animal for you, or you might need to look that up if you're drawn to any one of those. And then we have the hummingbird. Some of you could be seeing hummingbirds at this time, and I put that below the bee. It is time, lightness. It is time for you to pursue your dreams with determination by doing this. You will make them a reality. But you have to believe that it is possible to manifest your visions. Stop waiting and doubting. And that's seriously going back. I was talking about earlier in the read. I got a mosquito bite on my ankle. I can't stop itching it. Let me read that again. But you have to believe other people shooting down your dreams or your visions or your experiences that you're sharing with them. A lot of that that doubting is what's keeping you waiting to doing the next thing that you're meant to do. Do not care what it looks like for somebody else or how they perceive it. It's none of their business. You are a powerful soul. Do you have the gumption and the courage and the heart to start doing and speaking on the things that you need to speak on? To start putting the things into action. What's an hour out of your day? I'm dead tired. We've been roofing all day in the hot sun, and painting and hanging trim and soffit, and a part of me is like, oh, I should just, postpone my read. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to postpone my read, because when I'm the most tired is a lot of the time when I get the most messages. I don't have to depend on my own physical body for the energy to go. My physical body's tired, but my spiritual body is ready to go. This is like when I connect the best. And I got on here and I did it anyways because somebody might need something from this message. My face is getting so hot right now. And that could just be a confirmation. Go within and don't allow other people to stall you on your hopes and your dreams. The manifestations come through the visualizations of what you truly want, with a strong emotion behind that. That's why people say fake it till you make it. Visualize it. Now put a strong emotion behind that, what you're visualizing, like you already have it. Watch the power that you have. These distractions are keeping you from your innate power of who and what you truly are. You are a powerful, magnificent soul inside a physical body. You are a walking magician. You just haven't unlocked a certain aspect yet, but the only way you do that is by really sitting still and going within, right? You have everything it takes to, you're already great. And who gives a shit what the world thinks about you? It's about energy. A lot of people can't see energy. What you're bringing and harnessing down on this earth is absolutely magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. I don't even think you realize what you've done to this point just by healing attributes of your past and talking to the innate body that holds that karma, right? And you speaking to yourselves, I'm ready to let this go. I choose to step out of the loop of karma, as that no longer positively serves me. And this could be just past life energy that's too, when we leave this earth, just think about you having your own crystal, basically. And when your soul gets down on this earth, you pick up that crystalline grid again. That crystal that you left the last time you passed away and left this earth, you reactivate that, and that is a part of, and that will be things that you'll go through again. You have to talk to your body, claim your birthright, talk to the universe. I claim my birthright as a benevolent soul. I tap into the greatest wisdom that I ever once had on any incarnation, and I ground it here. Ask the universe for the highest good of all. You guys have really got to start putting in the work. Some of you are already doing that, and the thoughts are great, but you've got to speak it and you've got to feel it. Don't just jump to the next feeling of what you got to get done. The dogs, or, I got to run to the grocery store, or I got to do this for my kid or my grandkid. You really got to take that time and say, hey, I'm setting this out an hour today. I might not have the exact time, but I need an hour today if you're in a relationship or whatever it's going to look like. And say, okay, Spirit, here I am. Here I am. This is what I want. This is what I believe is for the highest good of all. I know the more that I know myself and that I can tap into my spiritual abilities, and that's my number one. I want to learn how to work with those abilities and how I do that for the highest good of all. How can I help humanity? How can I help this earth? What am I sent here to do? Start drawing all the puzzle pieces. A lot of you could already have a lot of these puzzle pieces and are starting to put them together. You just got to sit down and do a little bit more work. Start writing. You got shit going on in your mind all day, all day, all day. We got to ground it. And by grounding it, you can write it. You're putting it on a physical, it's matter. You're putting it on matter, right? Somebody needed to hear that. Yeah. Wade says, my grandkids are more enlightened beings than the adults around me. Yeah, so are my children. My children are absolutely, especially my youngest two, are absolutely off the wall. My 8-month-old can say dinosaur. Dinosaur. If I say a big word, she can repeat it. It's these, for any of you that listen to Chiron, and if you are interested in listening to something as you fall asleep or want some massive enlightenment on how to, what I was talking about, getting with yourself and talking to the innate body, go on my playlist or the community, and I post his videos in there. I just posted one about old souls. I'm telling you, they're an hour long. Put an earbud in, do your work, do some chores, listen to it. You can still play, and you don't have to be intensively listening to it. Do some other things. You'll be surprised that honey-do list and that busy bee, how much more directed you are because you're getting that download. Even listening to stuff like that will start breaking open parts off, chipping the old fucking ice off the ice block on that pineal gland, which is your spiritual mind, right? Children are so magical. Kids are the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life. Astro sex will get you preggo. I definitely believe that. I was actually thinking about that a while ago. Okay, well, let's pull some Archangel cards, and then I'll pull a Divine Goddess. Actually, I'm being guided to pull from that Intuition deck. And I haven't pulled from that for a while. Like I said earlier, I'm starting to pull more cards from decks I haven't used in quite a bit. For the collective and the highest good of the collective, Holy Spirit, benevolent beings of the light. Some of you need to drink more water. That landed right on my water. Some of you are looking for a how-to do something, and you're going to come up with the answer to that. The Ace of Gabriel, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder, and she's got hawk wings on her. Anything else out of the Archangels, Ascended Masters? For the highest good of the collective messages that we need now. 2. The Knight of Gabriel, confident, enthusiastic, courageous. Confirmation, and I turned off all my notifications and it still made a noise. 804. Could be very important, or 904. I'm looking at the number, so I'm going to go with what's right here. That's a 12. Some of you could be seeing 12, 12, and 12 on everything if you add up the numbers. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause. Instinctively knowing just what to do, and we talked about that. And here's this girl on this horse, and it's Archangel Gabriel again. Some of you might want to look into the attributes of Archangel Gabriel, and it is the orange as well, the solar plexus chakra. And she's got, that's that same angel up in there, up in the clouds with those hawk spirit wings, really moving forward. Some of you might be praying for rain, and I'm actually being told and encouraging you to actually check out your abilities with, you guys want to start working on abilities, go try to make the wind move. Concentrate and think about it. Call on the wind spirit, call on the element of the wind, and try working with it. Try calling in rain. Do a rain dance. Put on shamanic music. Just concentrate on it. You will be surprised, as I say, that the wind starts blowing and it's been duller and shit. I'm telling you, I've done it. I've gone out and watched my flag, me moving both the Marine Corps flag and the American flag in my front yard and laid in my grass at night, and I did just that, called on the wind, and it had to do with my breathing. I breathed real deep, and then I kind of held it, and then I noticed the wind would die down, and I'd blow it out real slow, as if my breath was the wind itself, until I got and it was a windy, and that flag stopped moving, and then I'd say, blow, and the wind started blowing that flag, die down. Pretty cool, and I know I'm not crazy. The Eta Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. Some of you might need to call on your guides. This angel sitting over his shoulder showing him something in a book. You might need to re-look at something in a book, or grab a book. If you've been drawn to a book, open it up. Let your intuition just let you thumb through it and then pick on it. The Ten of Raphael. Love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. Read what's on that. I have a book of quotes and positive stuff. Books could be very important. You could be like literally getting shown specific writings, and you might be understanding how to decode that. Alright. Where is that intuition deck? Magnetic connection. There is a very strong pull and intensity that draws you to this person. Forgive and release. You are stronger when you carry love and forgiveness rather than anger. And those are two that tipped over as I was grabbing this book, which isn't even the right book, so that is obviously divine. It's all divine, is it not? It ain't no thing, chicken wing. Alright, this is called the Awakening Your Intuition deck. I'm just going to pull on here for the highest good of the collective. Kind of teach you how to work with certain intuitive aspects of yourself or things that could be opening up. We'll just have Spirit move through here and push some cards out. This could be a confirmation or just a question that you've been asking yourself. This is such a big deck. For the highest good of the collective, please, Holy Spirit. What is the first thing that I said when I started talking about, some of you probably weren't on here, messages through music? You could be really, every song picking up on something. Number 39, that is an 11. If you're asking yourself a question, that is a yes answer. Well-timed songs playing randomly. When you walk into a room, browse in a store, or turn on the radio, may not be random. Hearing a tune that holds special meaning for you or that reminds you of a departed loved one is synchronistic intuitive guidance. Spirit conducts your sixth sense symphony. That's pretty cool. I don't know why it made me think of you, Hot Rod, as soon as I did that. You may be overwhelmed or overstimulated lately or stressed out and emotional, causing you to feel drained or anxious. Instead of numbing out and checking out with shopping, binge watching, alcohol, employ more engaging, healthy ways of helping your sensitive nervous system catch a break. Don't numb out to your sixth sense. Consider the spiritual perspective. Number 60. And the numbing out card was number 17. Look at a situation through the eyes of spirit. While there are many perspectives on every situation, the spiritual perspective reveals how you might heal or grow through a circumstance, or how you might use an experience to enlighten or help others. Create your own deeper meaning regarding a relationship, circumstance, or event. Number 24, interference from intense emotions. Intense emotions may be jamming your intuitive radar. Acknowledge the process. Acknowledge and process your feelings. Discern the useful messages within them and allow your emotions to calm before consulting your sixth sense. Ask those who are more objective and detached for their intuitive opinion. Emotional storms blind intuitive vision. Let emotional support be a focal point. And that's hard to do when we're not, a lot of time. I lucked out having a neighbor that's spiritually awakened, so we can have those conversations, and I do pray that you guys have that same thing. But if you don't, that can be a very hard thing. But no, you always have your guides, and you are never alone. All right, number 39, musical notes. Music is known as the most emotional art form, as just a few notes or lines of a song can immediately invoke strong feelings in us. Babies can start crying during the emotional parts of a pop ballad, for example, even though they cannot understand the lyrics. People such as empaths who are strong in clairsentience or the feeling physical pathways can be especially moved energetically and emotionally by music. Pulling this card is a nudge from spirit that you are receiving more divine guidance as musical messages now. The meaning could be literal, like a song about taking a risk that pays off, coming on the road right when you're thinking of devoting yourself full-time to your side hustle. Or meaning could be more personal, like going to a restaurant with family after your grandmother's funeral and having her favorite song play over the speaker as your party is seated. Spirit is DJing a divine playlist for you now. That's so cool. That happened to me today. a song that came on that said, I miss time with my friends, and it was about a guy that passed on missing somebody else, but I took it as somebody else in a different dimension. Already knows where I'm at and what I'm doing, just waiting for me to remember. Pretty cool. Pay more action steps to this card. Pay more attention to the songs you hear randomly that may actually not be random at all, but meaningful coincidences, aka signs, which watch for emotions and memories a tune immediately brings to mind, or notice physical cues you get from your clairsentient psychic pathways, chills, hair standing up on the back of your neck or arms. What were you pondering when a synchronistic song came on, even if it is from an album you put on purposefully? This can be a hint about its special message for you. If you associate a song with a loved one who has passed, hearing it unexpectedly is always a sign they are near you and that their love for you never dies. Pay attention to the lyrics of a song that strike you as significant and relevant to your intuition and situation. Even if you are just hearing the song for the first time, if you are sensitive like an empath, play music as fun, easy, quick way to change the energy of a room or change your own mood. Use music as a healing, emotional processing tool. That's awesome. Alright, the other one I picked to read was number 60, Consider the Spiritual Perspective, which I think that this is very important. I was going to put it back in there, and then I was like, no, Spirit said read it. So this is going to be important for somebody. While it may not be true that everything happens for a spiritual reason, it may be truer that we can often assign deeper meaning to a circumstance or an experience in a helpful way. Embracing a deeper meaning you create around a very challenging situation or a very joyful one can make life a richer and more rewarding journey. In man's search for meanings, psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl posts that humans crave meaning, which can provide the stamina to survive the worst times and push us to be better people in the best times. If your spouse is going through a very stressful season at work, you might find deeper meaning in supporting them emotionally, knowing that the silver lining of this difficult phase will be increasing your intimacy and beyond as a couple. Sometimes someone who loses a loved one to a terrible illness might find meaning in becoming an advocate for other families going through a similar nightmare, and also find some healing for themselves in the process. The self-made CEO might find meaning in their success by creating a nonprofit that funds college educations for young people who otherwise could not afford it. The spiritual perspective could provide to you intuitively from spirit or your higher self, or you could discern an uplifting perspective that resonates with you about how you can handle, heal, grow, and help others in a unique way now. Action steps. Before trying to discern, intuit, or create a spiritual perspective on a current situation, take time to connect and process your emotions. Don't use the spiritual perspective to deny challenging, painful, or intense emotions. If anything, the spiritual perspective should bolster you while you sit with your emotions. Whenever you need help sitting with your emotions, please reach out to a loved ones or a healthcare professional for support. Ask others who have gone through something similar for inspiration or tips. What deeper meanings about healing, growing, enlightenment, and helping others inform their journeys? Other people's experiences of surviving or other people's experiences of thriving can be very empowering right now. Be open to your intuition, showing you many perspectives on a current situation. Acknowledge other perspectives, yet focus more on the spiritual perspective could be the best medicine now. Never use the spiritual perspective as an excuse to stay in a situation that is abusive or that puts your mental, physical, or emotional health at risk. Seek out more emotional support now and increase your self-care. As this card indicates, you're navigating a pivotal experience that may ask much from you. Take comfort and find strength in the spiritual perspective. Alright. Avoid numbing out. And I think this is a big one for society at this point. Good night, Wade. Love you. Yeah, music was a big one today. Normally, well, I always have like 50 kids screaming and hollering, but today when I was driving by myself to go grab materials from in town, I had to go in there twice. Not only did I get a very synchronistic song, but my phone started going off. It was on 123, and then 123, and then it happened again with a different song, and it was 12:33. So 17. Avoid numbing out. I will say I'm very guilty of that in the past. That was my go-to. Expanded meaning. Pulling this card suggests you may be wanting to numb out to avoid something, like a stressful situation, challenging emotions, or too much physical, emotional, and energetic stimuli. Wanting to catch a break makes good sense and is healthy impulse. And while it may be true that shopping, trip, glass of good wine, or several episodes of your favorite show can be healthy reprieve for certain people on certain occasions, this card suggests that these types of activities may not be appropriate for you right now. May not be enough to balance your energy or be relied upon too often as a coping skill. This card is a reminder that in some ways, in some areas of your life, you're dealing with a lot right now and need healthy escapes. Some means of escapes are not as healthy right now and should be minimized so that they don't numb you and your intuition. Action steps. If it's all too much lately, reach out for a healthy support form of naturopath, nurse practitioner, functional medicine doctor. Just get out in nature, or other healthcare professional to see how you can support your physical body, nervous system even more. Speak to a counselor, start a meditation practice, or read a book by an expert to gain more coping skills. Get a message. Blow off steam with moderate exercise, which always works for me, or schedule downtime to give yourself a break from the stress and help put things into perspective. You may need new tools or more support. If you are very sensitive, lower the physical, emotional, or energetic stimuli in your life and seek out chill vibe situations and people. Get lost in creativity and in a hobby, or zoosh up a space in your home with sanctuary vibes. Emphasize activities that help you stay present in the moment and opposed to holding the present moment at arm's length. Like a puzzle would be good. That came to my mind right now. Or falling into addictive behaviors. The more present you can be, the more powerful your intuition will become. Girl, I need a vacation too, and I actually think from August 8th or 7th to the 11th, I am going to be taking a vacation with my husband and my kids, where I actually have family support over there to help watch my kids so I can get a break. I always have everybody else's kids and help babysit and grandkids, and I can't remember the last time I had just a break with no kids. But wait, I will check my Gmail. I did check it earlier with that stuff that you had sent me. That guy you were talking about that mentioned you in that live read, can you somehow find that read and tag me in it? I have in the time that's in there, because I wanted to check that out, but I didn't know where to find them. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. Alright, numbers to be on the lookout for. I got 1144 on the bottom of the deck. Remember, at 1111, the universe is taking a snapshot of your thoughts and minds, so get in a habit of having pure thoughts. You are strong manifestors. You guys are benevolent and amazing human beings. You got a physical body to sense and feel things. They're not just all energy. A lot of, the gods, it's even said that the gods were jealous of human beings. Man, some of you guys got to get on Gaia. and subscribe to it for a few days, even if you have a few days off, and watch some of the cosmic disclosure on there. You'll be absolutely, there's so much good stuff on there, and especially on manifestation. 1414, light up, focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Anything else, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels? 2121, energy levels. And I just dropped half that deck. Some of you could be in a state of frustration as of late, and it's like, even though you feel like you're on task, it's like all these little things, these little hiccups, and that's just a way of Spirit getting you to slow down because you're missing something. 1414, I read that. 2121. The day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You are getting closer to your end goal. There is no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It is a climb, not an endeavor ride. Not an elevator ride. Trust in yourself. Number 0404. Slow down. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It is just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. I'm being called to pull one more. 101, starting over. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It is the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Remember to start fresh. Well, I love you guys. If everybody who's in the chat, which there's 12 of you right now, will all of you hit the like button so that this will rotate throughout the Facebook algorithm. On the top right hand side of your screen, you should have like 3 little dots. You should be able to pull that down and click the like button. I would appreciate that. Alright, I'm going to close out this read. Send you guys love and light. I'll have to go back and read the comments once I get off here. I'm glad that, Tina, that you're in here. I love seeing that. Nothing is by accident. I'm just glad that you found us on here and that we get to spend time with you. And I love that you've been able to catch the lives. Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest bright light, I call on you for clarity and guidance. I just wanted to thank you guys for this time that you spent with us. I pray that each and every one of the listeners and people that will listen in the future or whenever they find it, that they will be awakened to the true essence of what and who they truly are, as they are benevolent beings. I pray that you would guide them and allow them as much light and awakening and epiphanias, I always say it like that, and serendipitous moments and synchronicities, and allow them to follow your cues and to tap in, and that they would find their own ways of working with spirit to continue to grow. I love them all. I call back any energy that I have sent out with love and light, and I send back any energy that does not belong to me with love and light to its rightful place. Archangel Michael, I close out the gates as I am done channeling these messages. Any portals, stargates, phone portals, or interferences within the auric field, I close them out, heal, transmute, and clear them all with the sword of Archangel Michael, so mote it be. No weapons formed against myself or my listeners shall prosper. So mote it be. Thank you, 10K, for watching. I love spending time with you guys. I love you, Hot Rod. I love you, Tay Tay. Tina, I love you. Good night, Wade. Good night, Laura. I love you. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button for me. Also, if you are new to my channel, I have I do personal reads. My information is in my description box below. My Gmail, if you can't find it, is all lowercase and one word. Angel Dynasty, the number 33 at gmail.com. You can email me there about anything that you're going through. If you want a personal read, if you want to donate to the channel, you can do that through my PayPal or Cash App that is in the description box. What else was I going to tell you guys? Man, it totally slipped my mind. Thank you guys all for being here. For those of you that are new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe. I love having new people, almost to 500 subscribers on this channel. Once I do that, I am allowed a few more extra perks, which will be really nice. So if you know somebody that would love these messages or that you feel like would resonate, send it to them. Don't be afraid to. I love you guys, and you guys are the best. Good night, everybody, and I hope that you guys have an excellent day tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be pretty hot here in Idaho. It's going to get up to 107, so I will be on that house bright and early. So, good night, sleep tight, and hopefully everybody has safe travels in their dreams. Bye, guys.